In a small town called Greenfield lived a young woman named Lily. She was warm-hearted and friendly, always ready to help others. Lily worked as a marketing assistant at a local company. Her job was to help promote products and connect with customers. However, even though she was cheerful, Lily struggled with her own challenges at work. She often felt stressed and nervous about completing tasks on time. Lily was 25 years old. She grew up in Greenfield and loved the town's simple beauty. She enjoyed long walks in the park and often spent her weekends hiking in the nearby hills. Nature made her feel calm and happy. Lily also had a love for reading. She would sit under a tree and lose herself in stories about adventure and friendship. These stories inspired Lily to dream of a bright future. Despite being friendly, Lily had trouble making new friends at work. She wanted to connect with her colleagues, but she often felt shy. Sometimes, she would sit alone during lunch, wishing for someone to join her. Each day, she hoped for the courage to start a conversation. This was a personal challenge for Lily, and it made her feel lonely sometimes. Lily's boss, Mr. Scott, often praised her creativity. He noticed her talent for coming up with new ideas. However, he also pushed her to present her ideas in front of the team. Each time Lily stood to speak, her heart raced with fear. She would forget her words and stumble over her thoughts. This fear of public speaking was a big hurdle for her. One day, during a team meeting, Mr. Scott announced a project for the upcoming month. The team needed to work together on a big event that would showcase their new products. Lily felt excited but also scared. She wanted to contribute and show her skills, but she worried about sharing her ideas in front of everyone. She fought the urge to hide behind her desk. After the meeting, Lily walked to her favorite park. She sat on a bench and took deep breaths. She thought about how to face her fears. "I want to be better," she said to herself. "I can learn and grow." That day, she made a promise to fight her shyness. Lily decided she would take small steps to improve her communication skills. If she worked hard, she could overcome her fear of speaking in public. As the project began, Lily met other team members who were also eager to help. One colleague, Sarah, took extra time to discuss ideas with her. They shared laughs and creativity, which made Lily feel comfortable. She gradually opened up and began to express her thoughts. With each meeting, her confidence grew. Lily's journey was not just about work. It was a chance for her to discover new parts of herself. She learned that growing means facing fears and taking steps towards change. With her dreams in sight, Lily felt determined to improve and make a difference at work and in her life. As Lily settled into her routine at work, she noticed a change. Her colleague, Jason, began treating her differently. At first, his comments seemed small and not so serious. However, over time, they felt harsher. During team meetings, Jason would interrupt her and dismiss her ideas. "That won't work, Lily. You should think more about this," he would say, rolling his eyes. Each comment cut deeper, leaving Lily feeling small and unsure. Lily spoke with her friend Sarah during lunch one day. "Jason is so negative. I worry he does not like me or my ideas," she admitted. Sarah frowned and replied, "He can be tough, but don't let him get to you. Your ideas are good, Lily." Despite Sarah's support, self-doubt crept into Lily's mind. She began to question her abilities. Was she really as creative as she had thought? One afternoon, during a presentation of their project, Jason shined the spotlight on her. "Lily, would you like to show us your ideas now?" he asked sarcastically. The team looked at her with curiosity, but she felt heat rush to her face. She glanced at her notes, and for a moment, panic took over. Yes, I think we should," she struggled to gather her thoughts. Jason leaned back in his chair, smirking. "Showing us your idea? Go ahead. We are all listening." The room felt heavy with tension. Lily wished she could disappear. Instead, she fought through her anxiety and explained her plan. As she spoke, she stumbled over her words, unsure of herself. Jason interrupted her with a loud laugh. "That's really funny, Lily," he mockingly said, creating a ripple of laughter. She felt shame wrap around her. After the meeting, Lily sought comfort in the break room. She took a deep breath, trying to calm her heart. "Maybe I should just keep my ideas to myself," she thought. But as she sipped her tea, she realized she had to stand up for herself. She felt tired of staying quiet. She wanted to fight back against Jason. One day, Lily decided it was time to speak up. It was after another frustrating meeting when Jason criticized her work in front of everyone again. She stood tall, feeling nervous but strong. "Jason, I don't appreciate your comments. They make it hard for me to share my ideas, she said firmly. The room fell silent. Jason, surprised, gawked at her. Oh, come on. It's just a joke. Don't take it so seriously, he replied with a grin. Yet something within Lily changed. She realized standing up for herself was important. It's not a joke for me, Jason. Everyone deserves respect, including me, she said, with more conviction. She felt a sense of relief wash over her. Despite Jason's laughter, she stood her ground. But self-doubt still lingered, and she worried how others saw her. Lily started to doubt that she was strong enough. Would standing up change anything? Would it only make things worse? These thoughts filled her mind, but deep inside, she knew she had to keep trying. Day by day, Lily's confidence grew a little, but Jason's comments kept affecting her. The struggle was far from over, but she was determined to fight for herself and her ideas. She began to see that overcoming challenges would help her grow, not just in her job, but in her own belief in herself. The days following Lily's stand against Jason were hard. At first, she felt proud for speaking up. But soon, the pressure of the workplace started to weigh heavily on her. Jason's jokes continued, becoming worse each day. Other team members watched, unsure of how to react. They laughed nervously or looked away, leaving Lily feeling alone. Instead of support, she felt more isolated. At her desk, she struggled to focus on her work. Her mind raced with thoughts of doubt. Maybe I did make a mistake, she wondered. Am I really good enough for this job? Each question made her feel smaller and more anxious. Lily found it hard to concentrate on tasks she once enjoyed. When she looked at her project notes, they seemed to blur together. When the team met to discuss their project, Jason often interrupted. Lily, don't you think we should do it my way? He would say, clearly trying to take control. Every time he spoke, a wave of embarrassment washed over her. She could feel her hands shaking. Later, when she was alone in her car after work, tears filled her eyes. Why is this happening to me? She thought. Lily knew she needed to push through these feelings. Yet, the toxic environment made it tough. Would fighting back against Jason make things worse? Should I stay quiet or just quit? She asked herself in frustration. The idea of leaving her job made her feel sad. She liked her work and wanted to do well. But the stress was too much to handle. During lunch breaks, she often sat alone, lost in her thoughts. The smile on her face felt fake. Sarah tried to cheer her up, saying, "You are a great worker, Lily. Don't let Jason bring you down." But each reassuring word felt like it fell flat inside her. Deep down, Lily was scared. She felt trapped in a situation that seemed never-ending. One afternoon, Lily entered a coffee shop after work, hoping a warm drink would lighten her day. As she waited in line, she spotted a group of co-workers laughing together at a table. She wished she could join them, but awkwardness held her back. Instead, she took her drink and left quickly. Later that evening, as she sat in her small apartment, Lily opened her journal. Writing helped her explore her feelings. I want to be strong, she wrote, but the fear is growing. She recalled a time in her life when she faced challenges and overcame them. This memory became her guiding light. I cannot lose hope, she reminded herself. As the night wore on, uncertainty clouded her mind. The pressures of her job began to feel like a heavy weight on her shoulders. Did she have the strength to fight Jason and keep her job? Would others see her as weak if she questioned herself? The next day, as she entered the office, encouragement filled her thoughts. I want to rise higher, she declared to herself. Watching the sun shine through the windows made her heart feel light again. Lily thought about the support from her friend Sarah. Maybe she could reach out for help. She wanted to find ways to make her work enjoyable again without feeling so trapped. Determined, Lily took a deep breath. She understood that her journey was not over. She still needed to find her courage and build her confidence. With her focus on improvement, she knew change was possible. It was time to decide if she would stand up and fight or find a way to embrace a healthier path. Lily could feel the tension at work growing heavier each day. Jason's behavior was getting more unbearable. He found every chance to put her down. Whenever she suggested an idea, he would scoff and say, "Why don't you just stick to your job, Lily?" Each comment crushed her spirit a little more. She reached her breaking point on a Friday afternoon during a critical meeting. The team gathered around the table to present their progress on the project. Lily had worked hard for this moment and prepared thoroughly. She was excited to share her ideas, hoping to turn the tide. As her turn came, her heart raced. She stood up, took a deep breath, and began to speak confidently. "Hello, everyone. I want to share a new idea for our project. I believe it can draw more customers our way," she said, her voice trembling slightly, but filled with hope. However, before she could finish, Jason jumped in, cutting her off. "Oh, really, Lily? This is not your expertise. Just leave this to us," he sneered, causing the team to chuckle. That laugh felt like a blow to her heart. Feeling her face flush with embarrassment, Lily struggled to regain her composure. She wanted to explain her thoughts, but words seemed stuck in her throat. In a moment filled with silence, she felt all eyes on her. This was the moment she had feared. "I am not going to let this happen," she thought firmly, grabbing onto the last bit of courage inside her. "I believe in my ideas, Jason," she finally said, with determination bubbling up. "I worked hard for this project. I deserve to be heard." Lily's voice grew stronger with each word, but as she spoke, Jason rolled his eyes, unleashing a wave of mocking laughter. His reaction sent pain crashing through her, and in that instant, it felt as though a dam had broken inside her chest. Lily's emotions boiled, and she realized that the distant promise of respect felt very far away. This was more than just a bad moment. It was the peak of her frustrations, the climax of so much hurt. She thought about leaving the meeting, about quitting her job altogether. But as she glanced around the room, she saw her colleagues, their faces mixed with shock and sympathy. In that instant, something shifted within her. "I am done being quiet," she exclaimed, feeling power growing in her words. "I will not let anyone take away my voice." The room fell silent. For the first time, Lily felt a wave of strength. While her heart pounded, she recognized her own fear, but also her potential. This moment was a turning point for her. Despite the possibility of losing her job, she knew she had to fight for her ideas and herself. Raw emotions flowed through her as she stood up and faced Jason once again. "We all deserve to have a say and to be treated with respect," she said firmly. For the first time, instead of feeling torn down, Lily felt empowered. She had faced a bully and a toxic environment, realizing that the decision to stand strong might shape her future. This pivotal moment freed her from doubt and ignited a newfound confidence. Something had to change, and now she was ready to fight for it. Facing her fear, Lily felt hope springing within her heart. She would no longer let negativity defeat her. This was the first step towards reclaiming her power and embracing change. Each decision from this moment on would take her closer to the career and the respect she deserved. After Lily boldly stood up to Jason, she felt momentarily powerful. But that feeling quickly faded as the tension filled the room. Once her words sunk in, Jason's eyes narrowed, and a cold smile appeared on his face. "Well, look who finally found her voice," he sneered. The laughter of the team lingered in the air, and Lily felt exposed, as if her victory was only a mirage. As the meeting ended, the team members shuffled away, leaving Lily standing alone by the table. She watched as Jason whispered to a few colleagues, his voice dripping with mockery. "Good luck with that," he said with a quick glance over his shoulder at her. A knot formed in her stomach. She felt them judging her, wondering if she had made a mistake. A weight pressed down on her chest as she made her way back to her desk. What if Jason talked to their boss about her? What if he twisted her words? Anxiety washed over her like a cold wave. She could hear her heart racing in her ears, and it felt as if the walls were closing in. Every click of a keyboard around her felt louder and more isolating. In the following days, the atmosphere grew chilly. Jason's attitude shifted from mocking to aggressive. He often rolled his eyes when she spoke. He told others not to listen to her. Each day became harder for Lily as those once supportive smiles faded. She no longer felt like an important part of the team. One afternoon, Mr. Scott called Lily into his office. A knot twisted tighter in her stomach as she walked in. "Lily, can we talk?" he asked, his tone serious. The moment was the hardest she had faced. Inside, she feared the worst. Did Jason complain about me? She thought, her voice trembling. Did I lose my chance? "Your presentation last week caught my attention," Mr. Scott said. "But the way you handled yourself at the meeting worried me." Her heart sank. He went on, "I need you to remember that teamwork matters. We don't want conflicts among team members." Lily bit her lip, fighting tears. She felt regret washing over her like a tidal wave. Would it have been better to stay silent? In trying to find her voice, she thought she may have jeopardized her position. "I wanted to speak up," she said quietly, "because I believe my ideas can help." Mr. Scott sighed, shaking his head. I appreciate your passion, but remember that fighting is not our way. The disappointment in his voice felt like a dagger in her heart. As she left the office, Lily stepped into the hallway, feeling crushed. Alone at her desk, she wanted to escape everything. The anxiety gripped her tightly. A heavy sadness filled her heart. Maybe she should give up and find another job. But thoughts of leaving made her feel hollow inside. She loved her work, even if it was filled with challenges. Doubt saturated her mind. Had her goal of being heard been foolish? She looked out the window, tears welling in her eyes. Still, deep within her, she felt a flicker of hope. I can't give up, she whispered to herself. I need to find a way. This moment pushed Lily to a low point. Fear and uncertainty loomed, but she also sensed that change was needed. Bravery was hard, but she knew she had to continue her journey. Taking a deep breath, Lily resolved to make a choice. She would not let fear keep her from the path she desired. It was time to rebuild her confidence and seek a way to regain her strength. Sitting at her desk, Lily watched as the sun began to set outside her window. The golden light poured into the room, but her heart felt heavy with doubt. She thought about her recent meeting with Mr. Scott and the cold atmosphere at work. Tears threatened to spill down her cheeks. Just then, Sarah walked over, noticing the sadness in her eyes. Hey, Lily, what's wrong? Sarah asked gently, pulling up a chair beside her. Lily looked away, trying to find words. I was hoping things would get better, but now I feel lost, she admitted quietly. I wanted to speak up, but I only made things worse. Sarah listened intently, then took a breath. It's not easy, Lily. I understand how tough it is. But remember why you wanted to share your ideas in the first place, she said, her tone warm and kind. You are creative, and your thoughts matter. Don't let Jason or anyone else take that away from you. Lily felt a spark ignite within her. This conversation was like a breath of fresh air. Sarah's words reminded Lily of her strength. You're right, she said suddenly, feeling a surge of determination. I need to focus on my goals. It was time to change her perspective. She did not have to let Jason's negativity define her. As they chatted, Lily began to realize that her challenges could lead to growth, not defeat. Maybe I can turn this situation around, she thought with one clear idea forming in her mind. I can gather support from my coworkers. They need to see my ideas. That night, Lily decided to write down her thoughts. She needed a plan. As she penned her ideas, her heart raced with renewed hope. She would create a presentation that highlighted her strengths and the value she could bring to the team. She imagined sharing it in a new meeting with confidence. The following day, Lily approached Sarah. I want to present my ideas again, she said. This time, I will do it together with our team. I need them to see how we can improve this project. Sarah's smile lit up the room. That's amazing, Lily. I will help you with it. Let's make it the best it can be. With Sarah's support and encouragement by her side, Lily felt a wave of excitement wash over her. She reached out to others on the team, sharing her vision and gathering feedback. Many were enthusiastic, and that fueled her determination. They seemed ready to join her in pushing past Jason's negativity. As the days passed, Lily began to feel lighter. She wasn't just fighting her battle alone. She had a team behind her. Each conversation brought new ideas and increased confidence. The work atmosphere started to shift from cold to warm, as collaboration replaced doubt. When the day of the presentation finally arrived, Lily felt nervous but ready. Standing before her colleagues, she took a deep breath. Thank you all for being here, she began, her voice steady. Together, we can make wonderful changes to our project. I know we can overcome our challenges. In that moment, she felt a wave of determination wash over her. This was her chance to transform the situation, not just for herself, but for the whole team. With her friends by her side and a plan to share, Lily had stepped out of despair and into a space filled with determination. She was confident that together, they could rise above any challenge and achieve great things. It was a powerful realization, and she felt ready to embrace the future ahead. After Lily's powerful presentation, a wave of excitement spread through the room. Her colleagues responded with enthusiasm, and for the first time in a long while, she felt hopeful. They brainstormed ideas and plotted steps to move forward as a team. Then, a shift occurred in the atmosphere. The tension that once hung in the air began to fade, replaced by a vibe of collaboration. That evening, as Lily returned home, her thoughts buzzed with all the new ideas they had come up with. She felt proud of herself for taking action. A warm glow filled her heart. I did this, she whispered as she smiled into the mirror. To her surprise, the biting comments from Jason started to fade into the background. His words no longer held the power they once did. Amid this positive change, there were moments of reflection. Lily realized that she had been hesitant in the past because of how she let others' opinions dictate her feelings. She now understood she had the power to learn from the challenges she faced rather than be crushed by them. Wasn't growth about overcoming obstacles and rising stronger? One afternoon, Lily had tea with Sarah in their cozy break room. "I can't believe how much things have changed," she exclaimed, her eyes sparkling. "I feel like I am growing in ways I never thought possible." Sarah nodded, her smile wide. "You took the first step, Lily. That takes courage. Always remember that. You have the strength to keep pushing forward." As they chatted, Lily realized something important. She was not just talking about work, but about her entire journey. Standing up for herself opened doors she didn't even know existed. "I want to keep this feeling alive," she thought with a surge of determination. Feeling empowered, she contemplated ways to help others who faced similar struggles. As inspiration flowed through her, Lily decided to set up a workshop in the office. "I want to help everyone speak up and share their ideas confidently," she announced one day during a team meeting. Excitement lit up the room as colleagues nodded and expressed interest. This moment filled her with conviction. It wasn't only about her growth, but about lifting everyone together. In the following days, she poured her heart into planning the workshop. With each detail she arranged, she felt lighter and more excited. Lily realized that her own journey of fear could inspire others. "If I can do this, so can they," she thought passionately. The fear that once clouded her thoughts lifted, replaced by a bright determination. Every challenge she had faced became a stepping stone. This was no longer just a story of struggle. It was blossoming into a tale of empowerment. As the days of preparation continued, Lily felt in control of her growth and ready to inspire. She had transformed from feeling unsure and defeated to a person full of belief. Now, with her head held high, she knew that obstacles were simply opportunities waiting to be seized. Whatever came next, she was ready to tackle it with strength, courage, and a heart full of hope. With renewed confidence, Lily prepared for the upcoming workshop she had planned for her team. As she visualized sharing her ideas, she felt a sense of resolve growing within her. The time had come for her to stand firm not only for herself, but also for others in the office. Remembering how she had suffered, she knew it was crucial to set boundaries when facing negativity. The day of the workshop arrived, and Lily stepped into the meeting room, her heart racing with excitement and anxiety. Colleagues gathered around the table, chatting and smiling, willing to support her. She took a deep breath and began. "Thank you all for coming. Today, we will talk about speaking up and sharing our voices confidently." During the workshop, Lily encouraged everyone to share their experiences with workplace challenges. Many opened up about Jason's behavior, revealing they had felt bullied but had kept silent. Each story was a reminder of why she needed to support her team, and the atmosphere began to change. With every shared experience, a feeling of solidarity formed amongst them. "I know how it feels to be overlooked," Lily said, her voice steady. "We deserve to be heard." The room was full of energy as colleagues nodded in agreement. "We can build a better space together, where everyone feels safe to express ideas." Lily could feel the shift happening. After the workshop, several team members approached her to thank her for the initiative. Their support filled her with hope. Yet, Jason was not sitting quietly. He overheard the conversations and glared at her with narrowed eyes. "So you think you can change the world now, huh?" He shot back with bitter sarcasm. The darkness from him felt thick, but Lily stood tall. "Jason, we are building a positive environment," she replied firmly, without backing down. "Your words have hurt many people, including myself, and that needs to stop." This moment made her heart race, pouring out unspoken feelings. To her surprise, other colleagues supported her. "We want to create a place where we all feel safe," Sarah said boldly. "Jason, the way you speak is not okay." The air felt charged with an unexpected strength. Lily's response had encouraged others to stand together. Over the following weeks, boundaries were forming at work. Lily worked with her colleagues to implement guidelines for respectful communication. They designed their team as a safe space where everyone felt valued. Slowly but surely, Jason's toxic behavior began to lose its power. More coworkers spoke up, encouraging each other to share ideas in meetings. But not all reactions were positive. Some still whispered behind her back, worried about the change. They feared losing their comfort zone, or perhaps they were mad at Jason's fading control. However, Lily didn't let these whispers pull her down. She became a source of strength for those who wanted positive change. She encouraged her friends to keep sharing. As the atmosphere transformed, Lily began to feel different herself. Confidence flowed through her, and she embraced her role as a leader. Every step she took reinforced her courage. This newfound ability to speak up was powerful. It wasn't just her journey anymore. It was about uplifting everyone around her. Others began to report their experiences with bullying to management, leading to serious discussions about workplace culture. It created a path to renewal. As change swept through her team, Lily felt a sense of hope blooming in her heart. Setting boundaries had allowed light to shine through darkness. Lily realized now that she held the keys to her happiness and her professional success. With each effort to maintain those boundaries, she knew she could not only protect her spirit, but inspire others to do the same. This was a pivotal moment in her story, proving the power of a single voice in bringing about real change. As weeks passed, change blossomed in the office. Lily felt encouraged by how her colleagues supported each other. The atmosphere was calmer. They began to stand up against negativity together. One sunny morning, as Lily entered the office, Sarah approached her with a bright smile. "Lily, we have a new project coming up, and I want you to lead it," she exclaimed. A wave of warmth filled Lily's heart. "Me? Really?" she asked, surprised. Sarah nodded enthusiastically. "Yes, you have great ideas, and we trust you." This moment felt like a small victory, solidifying the progress she had made. Standing up against Jason had opened the door for change not only for herself, but for others too. Lily felt a sense of peace wash over her. She remembered the fear that had once held her back. Now she felt empowered and ready to take on new challenges. As she gathered her thoughts for the project, Lily approached her manager, Mr. Scott, to discuss her new role. He listened attentively as she shared her ideas. "I believe I can lead our team in finding innovative ways to improve our marketing," she said confidently. Instead of the hesitation she had expected, Mr. Scott nodded. "I trust your vision, Lily. Let's see what you can create." This support from her manager made Lily beam with pride. It was clear the changes they had worked for during her workshops were truly affecting his outlook. Her confidence grew, and she embraced her leadership role with determination. During the project, she worked closely with her team, encouraging everyone to share ideas freely. No harsh comments lingered now. Instead, there was laughter, creativity, and enthusiasm. Colleagues gave input and worked collaboratively, which filled the office with fresh energy. Lily felt much lighter as she experienced this change. One day, during a team meeting, Jason entered the room, seemingly uncomfortable as the vibe around the table was warm and supportive. With visible tension, he attempted to interrupt, but this time the team rallied around Lily. "Let her finish," one colleague said firmly. Lily looked around with gratitude, feeling their support embrace her. "That's right. We are eager to listen," another added, echoing the sentiment. Jason fell silent, observing the unity of his colleagues. He looked baffled. Lily felt a rush of triumph. She had faced her old fears, and now they were small shadows compared to the strength she had built. As the project moved forward, Lily received positive feedback. Her efforts helped elevate the team and drew in new clients, showing them the impact of their collaborative work. The small, meaningful wins kept coming. Each success built on confidence, urging her to keep pushing forward. During reflections after meetings, Lily kept reminding her team of their progress, saying, "Every step we take matters. We are creating something great together." Celebrating these moments made everyone feel involved and valued. In her heart, Lily knew the journey was not easy. Yet, each small win made the hard work worthwhile. She learned that transformation begins with small steps. Setting boundaries opened doors to possible successes, proving that growth is a shared experience. As Lily continued spreading positivity, she felt the peace within herself grow stronger. She focused on the future and embraced the next challenges with open arms. There was nothing stopping her now. This newfound joy gave her the strength to anticipate whatever lay ahead, and she was ready to lead her team to greater heights. Like a friend cheering her on, she felt that determination and hope would carry her through to their next triumph together. As the weeks turned into months, Lily felt a wave of peace develop in her workplace. The changes she and her team had worked so hard for created a supportive environment. Colleagues shared ideas freely, and the bond among them grew stronger each day. This newfound culture of positivity and respect helped push Lily to better herself and become a leader. However, one day as she sat at her desk, a nagging thought crept into her mind. She needed to meet with Mr. Scott to discuss her future. Wanting to set her long-term career goals, she felt compelled to address something bigger. Am I truly happy here? She asked herself. Yes, the environment had changed, but there was still a small part of her that wondered if it was time to take a new step. That afternoon, she mustered the courage to walk into Mr. Scott's office. Can we talk? She asked politely, her heart racing. Mr. Scott looked up from his papers and nodded. Of course, Lily. What's on your mind? Taking a deep breath, Lily spoke clearly. I feel grateful for this job and how things have changed, but I also want to grow more. I would like to take on greater responsibilities. Mr. Scott's face lit up. I've seen how strong you've become. I think you are ready for more. Would you like to lead a new team initiative? Lily's excitement surged at the opportunity. Yes, I would love that, she replied, feeling elated. This conversation empowered her. It showed she was not only a valued team member, but also someone capable of moving into a leadership role. Later, she reflected on her progress. Lily realized that overcoming challenges was just as important as the victories themselves. The experience of standing up against Jason had changed her. She had learned how to set boundaries for herself and encourage others to do the same. Returning to her desk, she saw Sarah smiling. What did Mr. Scott say? She asked. I'll be leading a new initiative. Lily exclaimed with joy. The news sparked excitement in Sarah's eyes. That's incredible, Lily. You are going to take us far. With every day, Lily learned how vital it was to believe in herself. That workspace, once filled with negativity, had transformed into a place of growth and possibility. As she set new goals, she also focused on what mattered most: connection, teamwork, and respect. Lily knew that by uplifting those around her, they could achieve even greater success together. Days later, while walking through the office with Sarah, Lily ran into Jason. Instead of feeling fear or discomfort, she simply smiled. Hey, Jason. We're making a lot of changes in the office, she said cheerfully. Jason nodded, but had little to say. This interaction felt different. It showed confidence had silenced the negativity he used to hold over her. Lily's journey was not just about climbing the job ladder. It was about being true to herself. She embraced the challenge of leadership and saw the power others held too. Realizing she could inspire those around her brought her immense joy and purpose. As she planned team activities and set her goals for the future, she felt strong and in control. Lily understood that her voice mattered. She knew she was capable of creating a healthy, motivated workplace and believed in her power to transform her own life as well as the lives of others. This new chapter awaited her. Each step was a chance for growth and connection, and the future was full of bright possibilities. Lily was ready to face whatever came next, confident in herself and surrounded by supportive friends. As months went by, the air in the office felt lighter. Lily had fully embraced her leadership role. Her team was thriving, and she felt a sense of belonging that was once missing. Regular team meetings now buzzed with creativity, cooperation, and trust. Every colleague actively contributed, advancing ideas and giving praise along the way. One day, while preparing for an upcoming team retreat, Lily paused to reflect on how much had changed. She remembered her struggles with confidence and the fear she felt when confronting Jason. That seemed like a distant memory now. Sitting at her desk, she felt gratitude swirl through her. She had turned her experience of adversity into a journey of growth. With the retreat approaching, Lily decided to plan a special activity focused on self-development. She wanted her team to recognize their own strengths and challenges. We should celebrate how far we've come together, she said to her colleagues during a meeting. They agreed eagerly, excited about the chance to share in their progress. On the day of the retreat, the atmosphere was alive with enthusiasm. They engaged in team-building exercises and workshops focused on effective communication. During one session, everyone took turns sharing their proudest moments at work. Lily felt such joy listening to them express how the supportive environment made a difference in their lives. Towards the end of the retreat, Lily led a discussion on personal goals. Each of us has grown in ways we never imagined. Let's think about what we want for the future, she encouraged. Everyone shared their aspirations. Some wanted to improve their skills, while others aimed for leadership roles, just like Lily. This moment made her heart swell with pride. Each person now believed in their value and what they could achieve. It inspired her to launch a mentorship program where experienced colleagues could support newcomers, fostering growth long after the retreat. As time passed, Lily noted the beneficial shifts in the office culture. Colleagues were happier and felt a sense of ownership over their work. The once toxic environment transformed into a place of encouragement. No longer did whispers of doubt hang in the air. The respect among everyone had taken root and flourished. Looking ahead, Lily also began to think about her personal goals. She eagerly considered further education to expand her skills and knowledge. She wanted to take an even more active role in steering workplace dynamics positively. Her journey had shown her the importance of continuous growth. As summer drew close, she sat on her porch one evening, the sun bright and warm. She felt a sense of peace enveloping her along with newfound determination. She closed her eyes and envisioned where she wanted to go next. It wasn't only about her career, it was about creating a meaningful impact in her field. Lily understood that the world's challenges would appear, but she was ready for them. Armed with the tools to face obstacles and the heart to inspire others, she embraced the exciting path ahead. She wanted both personal and professional growth to be a lifetime pursuit, reminding herself that every step she took counted. In that warm evening light, Lily felt ready to embrace the future. She had overcome fear and learned to navigate through challenges. With every new goal, she was building not just her career, but also a life full of friendships and inspiring connections. This journey had shown her the power of persistence and positivity. As she moved forward, Lily knew she was on the path to unlocking her true potential, surrounded by a supportive team ready to grow together. The future awaited her with open arms, and she was ready to step in confidently.